Okay. Welcome to a Saturday here in the co-op world. We got our co-op tribe with us. We got Nina with us. By the way, Nina is not going to be speaking today because she had a procedure done and it was done in her mouth, so she's not going to be able to talk today. So send her to love and quick healing, please, with lots of hearts and joy. Because I know she'll appreciate it as she always does. So thank you, folks, for sharing that. It is a Saturday. And today, let me tell you, folks, right now, every one of you that are on with us at this moment is extremely blessed and highly favored. And I say that because you are the first to know about what we are about to launch right now. So welcome. This webinar is going to be fairly short because folks, let me tell you something, folks. We have a lot. Let me see what we're doing here. We have a lot to accomplish from this point forward. And today we made the two new webinars live, as you know. As a matter of fact, if you log into your dashboard right now, your CoopInc dashboard, you will see that you now have a 28 and a 280 to go along with your co-op 20 dashboards. Now, if you're not in the 28 and you're not in the co-op 280 yet, CoopInc 28 and the CoopInc 280 yet, then obviously you're not going to have those dashboards. If you are in, you can see it. There are lots of people right now that are very happy today because at 9:30, precisely at 9:30, we released the new co-op 28 and the new co-op 280, and people made a lot more money. So again, they are very, very happy. Hopefully you are one of those people that was able to take advantage and started building your team. Well, you had these last 2 months, and folks, you know, the last 2 months, I've been telling people to take advantage of this time, because when we are done and when we launch, that advantage that you have would be over. Doesn't mean that you can't become a multimillionaire with CoopInc or Co-op Business. You still can become a multimillionaire with CoopInc and Co-op Business. However, that advantage of being able to tell your friends, share it with your friends, share it with the people that you care most about, well, it would end when we got ready to start going crazy with it. The good thing for you guys is that we have now launched and released the new Co-op 28, and we have released the Co-op 280 cooperatives. We've now released and launched those two cooperatives. That is fantastic news. The additional great news is that now we are solidly locked in with the CoopInc 20, 28, 280, the Co-op Business 228 and 280. We are now locked in with those cooperatives at least until sometime in the second quarter of 2024. Those systems aren't going to change. The income potential is not going to change. The opportunity isn't going to change. Those are locked in. More good news. The additional good news that I'm going to share with you right now is this. Is that over the last few days, people have been listening to us. They have been hearing us say you need to renew your Co-op 20 position before you get taken out. Because when you lose that position, it's gone. And let's say that this is the entire cooperative, and if you were up here and you didn't lock in, and this is the entire cooperative, you move from here, and now you got to start way down here. Now, is that a bad thing? Yes. Is it the end of the world? No, because the opportunity remains the same. Get busy with it, complete the 2 steps, build your income. So it doesn't matter where you are in the cooperative when you complete those 2 steps. But some of you might have, like, for example, listen, man, it just boggles my mind, is that there are people that have over 2,000 people under them in their cooperative in Co-op 20, over 2,000 people that are under them in their cooperative co-op 20, and they didn't renew. What is up with that? And they said, no, I am loyal to co-op B28, which is great. Stay loyal to co-op B28. But dude, you got 2,000 people under you in co-op 20. It is your team that's under you in co-op 20. Activate the position because your teammates are telling you something. You see, when people are telling you something, listen, right? Your teammates are telling you that, hey, I love co-op business and co-op 28 and co-op 280. I absolutely love it. But your teammates are telling you that, hey, this is another income opportunity, and it is giving us an opportunity to share it with more people and create another income stream. So that person that has over 2,000 people below them, because they're stuck on stupid and not paying that $20, it's costing them literally tens of thousands of dollars because they aren't renewing. Now, does that make sense to any of you that are listening right now? Of course not, because you're on this webinar right now and you're heeding the advice that we're giving to you, right? So because of that fact, and because so many people have renewed over the last 3 days, we're talking about one third of the people that were lapsed have renewed just in the last 3 days, even though we've been telling them to do this now for 2 weeks. We've been telling them to do it. They just started doing it. Why people leave things till the last minute, I don't know. But as everybody knows, I am a generous, caring person. And my success, once I have my success, the next most important thing in my life is helping you to get your success and doing everything in my power to help ensure that you get there. So, in spite of the fact that some people just aren't understanding the importance of locking in that position when you have a team, we're going to give them until Monday at 11 o'clock. All right, so listen closely, folks. You have now until Monday at 11 a.m. in the morning to lock in your co-op 20 position. All right, you got now until Monday at 11 a.m. to lock in your co-op position. Please, folks, log into your dashboard, look at it, find and go to your GBO team. And when you're in your GBO team, click on the link that says lapsed members. If you have any lapsed members, those are the people that you want to call first. And there's several reasons why you want to call them first. Number one, it puts more money in your pocket, right? So you're going to do it for a selfish reason. Number two is the unselfish reason, is you are going to remind your friends that they registered in CoopInc to begin with because they were looking for an opportunity to earn more money. We, all of us that are on this webinar right now, we know 100% that if you complete the 2 steps, which are almost as easy as rolling out of bed in the morning and brushing your teeth, if you complete the 2 steps, then CoopInc works for 100% of the people 100% of the time, right? So the only people that are lapsed right now are the people that did not complete the 2 steps. So just because they didn't complete the 2 steps yet doesn't mean that they aren't still looking for an income opportunity. What it means is that they don't understand what we have yet. All right. So again, log into your dashboard, go to your GBO team, check out your team that is lapsed, get them to renew. It is so important. Most of you don't know how important it is yet. And I can assure you that the people that are lapsed have no idea how important it is for them to lapse. All right. So now let me just take a few minutes And I'm going to use my psychic abilities right now, my psychology, and I'm going to try to help to instill in you why it is so important that you get yourself in to Co-op Inc. So, number one, it's $20 plus whatever fee. So it might be $26, $27, $28, might even be $30, depending on the third party that you're using. To get into Co-op Inc. is $20 plus 30 cents for the fees. Any of the other fees, those are third-party fees. Now, let me tell you about those third-party fees, because a lot of people, they say to me, they say, listen, it's $20, but the fees are extraordinary. These third parties, these third parties are like bankers. They keep taking our money. So I'm going to remind you once again, you're paying that third-party fee one time. Right? So if it costs you an extra $10 or even $20 to get yourself locked in, it's a one-time $20 extra fee that you're paying, because once you're in the co-op ecosystem, to move money around, to buy tokens, to invite your friends, et cetera, it costs 1.5%, right? Those are reasonable fees. But you got to get into the ecosystem before you can start taking advantage of it. All right. So getting back to what I was saying, it's $20 to lock in your Co-op Inc. $20 position. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I go to my local coffee shop, I won't name the brand. We all know which one is the most popular coffee shop in Canada and the United States. If I go to one of my local coffee shop and I take my daughter, and for some reason my daughter wants, that latte with the 2 squirts of whatever the heck it is that she puts in it, an extra foam and an extra shot of caffeine, she loads this sucker up with everything that's in the store. So I don't even know if there's any room for actual coffee in it anymore, right? So she gets that latte that's got everything in it. I get a coffee, right? So her getting that latte that's got everything in it, me getting that coffee, that's $20. So that is $20. Now, equate that to this. That's $20. That $20 can get you started in a business that can change your entire life from this point forward until the day we pass. Because with that $20, you can create an income that is predictable, ongoing, and passive with that $20. Then you can buy all the lattes that you want as long as you complete the 2 steps. Not only can you buy all the lattes that you want, but you can also buy everything else that you want, because that $20 can turn into a multi-million-dollar monthly income. All right, let me say it again. That $20 can turn into a multi-million-dollar monthly income. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty good with a multi-million-dollar income every month. I think you guys are too. That's why you're here. You see, Co-op Inc. works for the people that work it. Co-op Inc. does not work for the people that don't work it. And now I'm going to give you the same example that I sent out in the email yesterday. Going to give you 2 of them. So everyone knows Miss Marina, and Miss Marina, she's got others. Miss Marina has now earned the right, folks, listen to this, right? Miss Marina has now earned the right to take Saturdays and Sundays off and spend it with her family. She has now earned the right to take Saturdays and Sundays off and spend it with her family. Now, that's not what I wanted to tell you about Miss Marina. So Miss Marina got into Co-op through another person. She had heard about it from somebody. By the way, that somebody quit, right? She heard about it from somebody, and she was getting the wrong advice. So eventually we got the chance to start talking with one another. And for the first month that her and I were talking with one another, She thought co-op was just another one of those. You know, I've seen it before, I've done it before, it didn't work for me before, it's not going to work for me this time, right? That was her attitude. And then, I don't know, just by chance, we had a conversation because I had happened to notice that she changed her profile page on her WhatsApp, and it was talking about her real estate business. So I had a conversation with her, and the conversation went something like this. I see you changed your profile and you're now promoting your real estate business. And she said, yeah, I need to make some money. So I said, okay, well, how much money would you like to be making right now? She said, well, it doesn't cost very much money here in South Africa, but I would be joyed if I could make $10,000 a month. So I said to her, I reasoned with her the same way I'm reasoning with you guys right now. I reasoned with her and I said, how long do you think it would take for you to get to make $10,000 a month with your real estate business? And she was shocked by that question because it made her think, right? So now she started thinking. And she said, I don't know. I may not ever make $10,000 a month with that real estate business. I said, okay, then maybe that shouldn't be your profile. I said, is there anything else that you know that can make you $10,000 a month? And she said, well, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried this, I've tried that. And nothing seems to work. So I said, have you watched our webinars? She said, yes. I said, in those webinars, did it show you that using co-op, at that time it was co-op business, using co-op business, would that show you that you can make $10,000 a month? She said, yeah. She says, and not only does it show me that I can make $10,000 a month, it shows me that I can be a multimillionaire. I said, okay, so why aren't you doing it? And then it made her think again because she thought about it. And she said, no, David, you're absolutely right. I've got the best business in the entire world sitting right in front of me for the last 2 months, and I've been ignoring it. So guess what Marina did? She got busy with it. Now Marina is making a lot of money, as you've already heard. And on the webinar that we did on Tuesday or Thursday, I don't even know what day it was. Maybe it was Thursday, I don't know. But on the webinar that we did on Thursday, her daughter sent her a message because her daughter's working yet. Her daughter hasn't discovered the benefits of co-op yet. So her daughter's still doing a job. So while this live webinar is going on, her daughter sends her a message and says, Mom, my passion, and I think it has to do with the arts. I can't remember. I think it has to do with the arts. So my passion is doing the arts, and I put a pro forma together. She put it together that it's going to take her this long. She has to work this many hours and save this much money so that she can quit her job. It doesn't matter what the amount is, but she had to do it so that she had to have enough money so that she could quit her job. And she said it was going to take her this long to do it. So her mom, being proud that her daughter took the time to plan her strategy during that live webinar, sent her the money so that she could quit her job on the spot. She sent her the money that she needed to quit her job. Marina could not have done that 2 months ago without co-op. It was CoopInc that allowed her to send her daughter enough money to quit her job. Her daughter quit her job. And I don't know if you were on that webinar or not, but everybody that was on that webinar, it brought us to tears. You see, if you do the work in co-op, you are going to get the reward. And that reward is far greater than just money. You're going to make more money in co-op than you can possibly spend. So when you're making so much money, the joy comes in being able to help other people. That's what I'm talking about. Folks, all of you that are on this webinar right now, if you have not yet taken advantage of what you have in front of you, if you have not yet completed the 2 steps, and I'm going to tell you what those 2 steps are once again. Register for a one-time out-of-pocket $20. Step number 2, find 3 or more friends who want more money than they have right now. Have more money than they have right now. Ask yourself the question, if it took me 1 whole week to find 1 person, now you only need 2. If it took me on my 2nd week to find my 2nd person, now you have 2. If it took another week to find my 3rd person, now I have 3. You've now completed those 2 steps. It means that your business is now free. And next month's subscription is going to be paid for, and you're not going to be compressed out. Doesn't that make more sense? Because when you do that, even if it takes 3 weeks or 4 weeks to do it, when you do, your work is done. Now, let's consider your job. If you are working in your job for 40 hours, and if you live in the Philippines, I'm going to use the Philippines as an example. If you live in the Philippines, if you work 8 hours in a day, you're going to make, wait for it, you're going to make $10. You're going to make $10 for working the entire day. And if you work 5 days, you're going to make $50. The average income in the Philippines per month is $200. So that means if you work an entire month in the Philippines and you're an average employee making an average salary, you're going to get $200. Then to get that $200, you got to work another month to get that $200. You see, it's a vicious cycle. You don't get to enjoy your life. You don't get to enjoy your friends. All you're doing is working to pay your bills. Now consider, work as hard in getting your 3 friends as you would to get that week's pay, because when you work as hard to get your 3 friends to get that pay, you're now going to get paid indefinitely. So if you don't work the next week, you get paid. And if you don't want to work the week after that, you get paid. And if you don't want to work next month, you get paid. And if you don't want to work for the rest of the year, you get paid. And if you don't want to work for the rest of your life, you get paid. So now ask yourself, what is more important? Working 40 hours a week so that somebody else can keep getting paid without doing the work, or completing these 2 simple doable steps no matter how long it takes so that you can keep getting paid without doing the work, right? So, as I said a few moments ago, you had 2 months to take advantage. You now have another 48 hours before everything changes. You see, now everything's locked in. I'm going to show you the 2 sites, and let me, as a matter of fact, I might as well share my screen right now. Let me share my screen. Here we go. All right, so here it is, right? So now, make this a little smaller. So now, you see, you got a co-op 28, you got a co-op, you got a co-op 20, making money. This is somebody else's site, by the way. You got a co-op 28, making money. You got a co-op 280, making money, right? You now got 3 cooperatives making you money. All three of them are going to start making you money. You see this site right now? In my personal, humble, unbiased opinion, it's a beautiful looking site. It's now locked in stone. Now it's just a matter of getting into the marketing, which we're going to start doing on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we're going to start doing the marketing. And listen, man, I am delaying money that I could be making and some of our other leaders could be making, giving you this extra time so that you can get locked in. Don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint yourself. Don't disappoint your teammates. They are counting on you to lead them to the promised land. And when I say lead you to the promised land, my promised land is different than your promised land. Your promised land is different than the people you want to help. You see, we're all going to be able to get to our promised land with CoopInc when we complete the 2 steps, because it works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time. It flat out works. We've been doing this now for almost 23 years. The first business that we created 23 years ago is still in operation today. It changed the name, just like Co-op Crowd changed its name from Co-op Crowd to Co-op Income. It's the same business. This business will still be here when we are dust, in 50 years from now, in 60 years from now, when we're no longer on this planet. This business that you are looking at right now will be taking care of the people that have survived you. This is a legacy business. You remember when you were younger, you were told to go to school and get a great education, and then go to college and get a higher education, and then get a job and work for 40 years so that you could retire tired and broke? This is your legacy. This is your legacy. It is going to create the future that you want. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't have to go to school for 12 years. You don't have to go to school in a secondary school. You don't have to work for 40 years. You got to complete 2 simple, doable steps. So if you are retired and you are struggling to pay your bills, within a few days, you can stop struggling in CoopInc. If you are a student and you went to school and you took that student loan because you were lazy and no one told you that that student loan is going to haunt you for the rest of your life, if you have a student loan, folks, you can have that student loan. Doesn't matter whether it's 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 200,000, whatever your student loan is, we will help you pay it so that you can have your life the way you want it. If you are a place of worship and you have been suffering lately because your parishioners don't have enough money to tithe, you are creating and providing a service to your community. You will now be able to continue to provide that service to your community, and you will have the funds to do it. And it doesn't matter whether you're Jewish, Muslim, Hebrew, Sikh, no matter what it is you are, whatever your vocation, whatever your place of worship is, you are helping your community, and we want to help you. You see, if you've got a big idea and you need money to make that big idea work, we will help you. You see, that is why I have worked so hard. That is why the people that you don't see have worked so hard. We care about you. This is your future, and your future begins right now. If you were in it for a month, if you were in it for 2 months, if you were in it for 3 months, it doesn't matter. because right now is a new day. Right now is a new starting point. You see, no matter where you are today, if you are homeless today, you don't have to end up homeless tomorrow. If you are struggling to pay your bills today, you don't have to struggle tomorrow. You have an opportunity to change everything financially about your life. And it begins right now. You've got everything right in front of you. You've got the platform. You've got the opportunity. You've got the voice. And even if you can't speak like Miss Nina right now, you've got your emails. You got your WhatsApp. Talk to every man, woman, and child that you know that wants a better future than they have right now. We have the system and the opportunity to make it happen. We are here to help you. And folks, next week, come Tuesday, when we compress all the people out that need to come out, we now go into 100% marketing mode. We will then go into 100% only telling you the things that you need to do to get your financial future the way you want. And there's a young lady that I see the chats coming up right now, and I can't read them because we're talking. Miss Nina is I believe responding into those questions. There's a young lady who has been putting some messages in there. I haven't had a chance to read them yet. So that young lady that's putting the messages in there, I'm going to tell you another story, all right? This one's a sad story. You see, Marina's story was a happy story. Now I'm going to tell you a sad story. I'm going to tell you the opposite. The opposite, all right? So back when we were getting ready to launch Co-op 20, I messaged this young lady, and I said, get locked in because some of your teammates have already locked in. So get locked in so that you will come in above them and not come in below them. This is a person that I've talked to many times. Not only did she not get herself locked in, she ignored me. And this is a person that I spoke to many times. She didn't get in. So far, it's cost her about $4,000. Yesterday, I sent her a message again because now we're getting ready to lock in the Co-op 28. I sent her a message. She ignored me. Now it's going to cost her millions of dollars. Millions. Because she has a big team that fell in to Co-op 28. And she is not going to benefit from it. All because her team lead said, we don't need Co-op 20. We're going to stay in co-op business. She's now missing out on the life that she has been working, dreaming, praying for because of $20. Because if she would have paid that $20 when I asked her to, she'd already be locked into the Co-op 28. She'd already be locked into the Co-op 280 because she earned enough money. So without doing any more work, without inviting any more people, by doing nothing except locking herself in for $20, she could have been on her way to a multi-million-dollar income. But she let somebody else spoil her dreams. She let somebody else convince her that she shouldn't be in Co-op 28. Or sorry, in Co-op 20. She let somebody else control her destiny. Don't let that be you. Folks, I could answer questions right now, but I'm not going to. I can tell you more stories right now, but I'm not going to. Here's why. There's no question that I can answer. There's no other story that I can tell you that's going to drive you more than you should be driven right now. You got 2 tasks. Lock in, invite 3 or more. Next week on the next webinar that we're going to do, which is going to be at least on Tuesday, we might even do another one before Tuesday. It's going to be at least on Tuesday, maybe on Monday. Do what you didn't do the last 2 months. Take advantage of these next 48 hours. Get yourself positioned. Speak to the people that are lapsed in your dashboard. Tell them to renew. And no matter what, if you have to go and punch them in the nose, go and punch them in the nose and tell them to renew. It's that important. You see, they aren't renewing because of the $20. They aren't renewing because they don't understand. Right? Because $20, I already told you what $20 can buy. If I take my daughter to my favorite coffee shop, I spend $20 getting her 1 drink and me 1 drink. So it's not the $20, it's the lack of understanding. Your job right now is to make everybody believe in the process, trust in the process, do what they need to do, and let the system do the rest. I've said it many times. When you pick up your phone, you don't take it apart before making a phone call so that you can call your friend in Australia. You pick up your phone and you trust in the process and you dial the numbers and you click send. Trust in this process. I was homeless and I know what it's like to not have enough money. I've had lots of money and I know what it's like to have lots of money. I am one of you. I'm not one of those people that was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. I am you. That is why I keep working so hard, because I am you. I understand you. You and I are no different than one another. I built this system for you. So please, folks, take advantage of it. Let's make a difference in the world and let's get busy with it. I'm David T Rosen. Thank you for joining us today. This is a wrap. Bye-bye.